Hello, it's Gayle Palmer here, the osteopath and master NLP practitioner at the Living Elements Clinic in Chichester. Here's a question. What you say is important, but does it also show up in your diary? If I asked you to name your top 3 priorities in life, you'd probably say some version of family, health, maybe faith, personal growth and development, successful, meaningful work, something around that. But if I asked you to show me your diary or your calendar, would those priorities still be clear and show up in there too? For most of us, there's a startling gap between what we say matters and how we actually spend our time. And, by the way, our money. If we say family is a top priority, but our calendars are jam-packed with work meetings, social obligations, while family happens only in the leftover, squeezed-in moments, is that what your life looks like? If we say health matters, but we schedule everything else first and exercise only if we have the time and energy at the end of the day, or we don't have regular checkups, for example, a regular osteopathic treatment to keep yourself working to the best of your ability, or at least a 6-monthly MOT checkup with me as your osteopath. Or you say you want to get healthy and lose some weight, but actually your shopping basket and the time allowed for eating does not bring those results. We say we want to grow personally or pursue meaningful projects, but we never seem to get the time to do the things that actually move us forward. Maybe getting a coach to help you step over your personal boundaries is a good way to start. And here's the hard truth that I've learnt. Your calendar, your diary, whichever you use, or your phone and the diary in there doesn't lie. It shows you what you actually prioritise, not what you wish you'd prioritised. The problem is, we don't care about these things as though they were important enough. The problem is we don't intentionally choose to sabotage how we spend our time on the things that are important. Instead, we let our schedules kind of fill themselves with whatever feels urgent or whatever others ask of us, or whatever seems like we should be doing. Are you a yes person? So everyone asks you questions and makes requests, and you don't feel that you can say no because you needed to prioritise the time for yourself, for one of your top priorities? There's a catch, isn't there? But what happens when we flip this around? What happens when we start with what matters most and build our schedules and diaries around that? Do you know what? Everything changes. Everything changes. Suddenly, you're not fighting for the scraps of time for the important things. You're not hoping you'll find moments for what you value. And you're not constantly feeling guilty about what you're not doing. Instead, you are living intentionally. You are living in an aligned manner with what you say to be the truth. Your time reflects your values. Your schedule supports what matters most to you. This is the way to succeed in life, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally and energetically too. This shift from reacting to your diary and your scheduling to intentional time choices transforms what you do, as in what is actually in the diary, what you think and feel, the results that you get, and your ability to say no when things are not in alignment with what you want. And your whole experience of life itself transforms as well. That is pretty cool. And it all starts with getting clear about what you're going to do and when and why. So if you're discovering that what you say and what you do are not the same thing, maybe, just maybe, some clarity will help, and that could be with coaching. There's no shame in having the use of an impartial listening ear and wise counsel. In fact, it shortcuts the trial and error and gets you the results that you want faster and in the shortest period of time with the least amount of hassle. Now, you know what? That is smart. If you want to make an appointment with me for a neuro-linguistic programming discovery call, you can just book in via bit.ly/osteo Gayle, Gayle. In this discovery call, you get 90 minutes with me to go in depth, and typically you'll also get provided with some solutions that you can put into action there and then, like immediately, in your diary, like no kidding. But we also don't feel rushed, and you get tremendous value for your money too, and your time. So if any of this rings a little bell for you, and you can recognize some or all of the above for yourself, give us a call. Realization is the very first step to taking aligned action for the life that you want to live and the results that you want to get. If you need some help, I am here. That's Gayle Palmer at the Living Elements Clinic, where your health is my priority. And thanks for listening.